Hey everybody, this is Chance from Heavy. Wanted to make a quick video showing off our little setup that I'm really proud of for this bass and guitar mix thing that we do in Heavy. So if you're interested in making these thick, juicy, and most importantly heavy tones that we do here at Heavy, well, maybe you can take some cues from what I do here, because I've obviously used a lot of inspiration from lots of other cool bands that do this. Hey, the bass can do something other than bass too, right? Okay. So anyway, let's walk over here and take a look at the pedal board. This kind of has three main components here. So we've got the main dig, which is this Helix thing here sitting on the floor. That kind of serves to control the rest of everything else. So I go into the Helix, and you'll see that on the right there, I've got two analog pedals, which is freaking awesome because I never really wanted to give up completely analog effects because guitar pedals are just fun. Like, who doesn't like guitar pedals? They're little knobs that do crazy shit. Basically, what I use is the Helix for the guitar amp side of things. So I don't have to lug around a guitar head, or in this case, I run split signals. So I have a bass signal and I have a quote-unquote guitar signal. And those signals go into pedals and come back out, but then they go out into that top right box over there, which is the Seymour Duncan PowerStage, I think is what it's called, which is super nice because that's the power amp side of things. So every guitar amp has kind of two things. It has a preamp section that gives it all the tones, and then it's got a power amp section which actually provides the power from the freaking wall. What that silver box over there does is that provides the power. So what I can do is I run a signal straight into that box, and then I have a cabinet cable that goes straight out to my cabinets, and I can plop it down on any stage and use house cabinets if I want to. Doesn't matter what cabinets are out there. I don't have to have anything except my bass and this pedal board, which is pretty cool. Except the pedal board weighs fucking 800 pounds. That's kind of the signal chain as far as the instrumentation goes. So we're going to pop on over here to the internals. So you're seeing just a desktop version of what I edit on the Helix. So I've got two signals here. This is my bass coming in. This down here is my bass signal. And this up here is my guitar signal. And it looks like a lot, but it's not really that crazy. So let's start with bass because that's super simple. We'll get to this. This is a fun little thing. I'll show you what this is, this little send. But this right here is the main bass signal for Heavy. I go into a compressor, this is a dark glass amp clone, set with some various stuff. You can see I boost the treble a bunch here and the bass a little bit. Volume pedal, and then goes straight out. I have this on the studio version so you can hear what it sounds like. In lieu of me miking up a cabinet, I've got the impulse response here. So I can run it directly into the computer. So the bass signal sounds a little something like this. So, yeah, sounds like bass. It's pretty cool. I really like the dark glass thing. I have this little bonus thing over here that we actually haven't used for anything yet, but I saw Calva Louise, this band that I've never even heard of before, open up for Highly Suspect, and their bassist had the freaking coolest sound on one of their songs, and I hit him up to see how he did it. So what he does is he runs into a fuzz, which this effects loop is really cool. So this is the Helix just sending a signal out to the pedal. So you can see the pedal over there on the right. And that fuzz right there is this crazy clone I made of the Earthquaker Devices life pedal from the band Sun. So that thing is gnarly. And then it goes into a stereo chorus, into a little bit of an EQ, which it looks like I cut some highs, and then straight out, no amplifier in front of it. And that sounds like this. together with the bass signal, it sounds like. Pretty cool. We haven't used it on literally anything yet, but I just wanted to have that because it was such a cool sound. So moving on to the guitar signal, this is where it gets a little bit more fun. Basically, I run directly straight into a pitch shift pedal first. I haven't found a analog pedal that does what the Line 6 does yet. If somebody knows one, let me know. But the important part is I've got the octave above, so this plus 12 right here. But I also have the fifth above that octave. I've seen maybe one or two pedals that have the fifth in there, but never the fifth above the octave. So this essentially, with this 12th and this 19th, I have a power chord. Whoa. So that takes it from, like, if I were just to, let's see if I can, how I can do this. So this is what the guitar signal sounds like without the fifth in it. And then with the fifth in it, slightly. So yeah, it's not a crazy amount of plus, but I like it. I think it adds a little bit more dissonance and tones to it. So then I go into another effects loop, which is that orange BB preamp pedal you can see up there. Basically just makes it sound better. I don't really know how preamps work. I just know it just makes it sound more gooder. Noise gate, because I don't want to be squeaking on stage unless it's on purpose. And then run into a distortion pedal. This is a Rat clone. Keep your eyes peeled. I'm actually making a Rat clone by hand. So I'll show a video of that pretty soon. Cool. And then I'm using here's the guitar amp clone or whatever. This is the preamp section we talked about earlier. Running that into an EQ and then out into the world. And this goes out into my stack. I have two different orange cabs. I've got the 115 bass cab and I've got the 2x12 guitar cab, and I just toss my signal out there. So what in effect that does for me is I can come in with some guitar-y type riff, you know, like so there it is. Big, huge sound. And then the last thing, as a vocalist, I wanted to be able to have some processing on my voice as I'm going. So I've got at the bottom right over here, I've got the Boss VE-500 vocal processor, and that's where I can do some cool stuff. So what I'm doing is I'm talking to you right now on that, but using my no effects, just completely dry preset. What's really cool is I can program the Helix to send MIDI commands to that vocal processor to change patches. So here's my singing patch. Check. Hey, there's the singing patch. Hey, it's okay, yeah. And then if I want to hit a part where I'm like, oh, I need a delay on this. Yeah. And then I'm back to clean. Or if I want a radio vox check. Oh, there it is. And then I want to switch back to talking to the crowd awkwardly. What's also nice is it's got a little pitch correction feature on it. So if I'm getting a little tired up on stage and I'm going a little flat or whatever, I send it a signal from my bass, just straight from my bass, that it can use to reference the pitch and correct my pitch. So, hell yeah. But anyway, that is Heavy Heavy's setup. Here's what I'll do. I'll play you out with a little tune. If you have any questions, hit me up. Other bands have helped me out with this, and I've asked them questions, and they've been kind enough to spare their time, and I finally have the setup that's perfect for me. You know, this thing freaking rocks. It's a best of both worlds. It's got digital, it's got analog, and it's loud, and it's heavy.